Hello friends, my name is Hamid. Today I have a couple different motors from different dryers, and I'll teach you today if you're a beginner technician and you want to do some testing around the garage working on dryer motors, or if you're bringing dryers from different places in your garage and fixing and then selling it. I will tell you some basic stuff today that would cover the dryer repairs if the dryer's not running or if it's not heating. When the dryer is not heating, there's a lot of stuff that you can check. Those are very basic things, but I found that in the past I had so many beginner technicians, or the technicians that they started working on dryers, they had difficulty doing proper diagnostic or finding the proper way to test the motors and the heater. Of course, when the dryer is not working, you check your power in the house, you check your thermal fuses, you check your heater. There's so many basic things that you can check before you jump into the motor, centrifugal switch, control board. But I will teach you how to do a proper test on a motor and make your job way easier. As you can see, today I have Samsung dryer motor. We're going to do some testing. Maytag, which is Whirlpool, Amana, Genair. Some of the Kenmores are also made by the same company. And we have LG dryer motor. This one is Frigidaire dryer motor, and of course this is Kenmore or Frigidaire. Again, Sears used to ask other manufacturers to make appliances for them, and then they tag their name on it as a Kenmore. So when I see Kenmore appliances, I'm not gonna go and say it's Kenmore. It could be anything. So let's talk about the motor wires here. On any of the motor that you're working on it, you see this wire, this blue one comes here, and then this one. So this wire comes from the winding, and this is from the winding. This is from the overload, and the power always goes here. Your positive and negative wires are going here from the motor, from the control board, I mean. And the same thing on Samsung, I'll show you. Look at the Samsung. One wire goes right here, another wire goes right here. This pin and this pin. The main power goes here that turns on the motor. And you can also get your resistance reading from here. If you want to know the resistance of the motor, you will check between this and that. And I'll show you the one for LG. The LG, this is our neutral. The power goes here, and on this one, the overload. I'll show you what the pin here. This one, and this one gets your power. And on the Kenmore, or it's the Frigidaire, your main wires are coming between this one and this one. Do you have the plug for this? Okay. So if you're a technician and you want to work on dryer motors, you need to find a scrap dryer, and then from that scrap dryer, you only disconnect this wire. This wire you can add it, or I would say 90% of the dryers. It's usually like this, and there's a couple wires going here. You cut all the wires, like maybe cut the wire right here, and then take this plug off completely, and then add your neutral wire, which is this white one, and main wire, line 1. This is your positive. Add it and make a plug that looks like this. You can use you can get this dryer for you can get this plug from a microwave, from a washing machine, from anything. You can just get a normal plug and just make a jumper connection and keep it in your toolbox. You have a toolbox like this. Just throw it inside and leave it there, right there with you. Anytime you go in a customer house and the dryer motor doesn't start, just go and plug it like this. Plug it like that and ask the customer for extension or anything that you can just add it and run it. So here we're gonna run it on this. We are gonna add it on this extension. Press it. So it's in, and here it's plugged in. Turn it on. Stop it. See, the motor is running here now. And let's try the same thing. No, you can keep it plugged in. We are going to try this on the LG dryer. On an LG dryer, you can plug it in now. Here, let's start it. Turn it off. And no, don't pull it out. I'll try another one. I'll try it on this one. This is made by Samsung dryer blower motor. Turn it on. Okay, turn it on again. Turn it on. Okay. And the same plug we are gonna use on this. This one was made by Whirlpool, right? No, it's a Frigidaire. The part number is looking like Frigidaire. I will disconnect this plug from here. Run it. I will add it here. Okay. You can turn it on. Okay, good. Thank you. So again, benefit of having one of these, it will really help you testing the motors. So on this plug, this white, the white and purple is the one you have to add your cord wires on these two wires. You just have to use a wire stripper, clean it, and make a new plug. How easy is this? And so now you know how to test these motors. Easiest way, of course, you add this plug and that solves your problem. Now let's talk about the heating element on the dryer. When the dryer is not heating, can you hold this? When the dryer is not heating, if you check your thermal fuse, cycling thermostat, safety fuse, your breaker in the house, that you want to make sure your breaker is good and you're getting 240 volts coming into the dryer. If your heating element is good, now on the dryer, what you got? You got, if your dryer is not heating but the heater is good, you test it, that's good. Now you got three things here. There might be something that I'm missing. I'm sorry if I'm missing something. Please write and comment and help me. But as far as I know, you check all your thermal fuses, thermal cyclers, your heating element, house power, everything. You checked it. Now you're getting more deep into the diagnostic. You got timer, you got motor, or you got main control board. And some units you got control board, no timer, and then you got motor. Of course, in any of the dryers you're working, you got motor. And motor also plays a big role on the heating cycle. Electrical switch on your motor is not working, you will also have heat issue. You might be a technician who just likes to replace parts on parts, but doesn't know the actual proper way to do a proper diagnostic. This video will also help you to figure out if your motor centrifugal switch is bad or not. If your motor centrifugal switch is bad, the motor will still run. It would be like a normal dryer, and the dryer would run perfectly fine, but it will not heat. So if centrifugal switch is bad, your motor is gonna work, but you will not have heat another side of the heating element line. So what we did today, and I'll teach you how to check the centrifugal switch, and also how to figure it out if the motor is working or not properly. So let me show you on this. I will focus on this Samsung here. You see this plug again. This plug is gonna help you a lot if you keep one of this in your tool bag. So here it goes like this, right? Basic first stuff I show you here. This purple wire and white wire is your power going to the dryer motor that turns on the motor. So ignore this for now. Now we're gonna focus on the heat cycle. That when the dryer motor is running, you always get 240 volts coming into the motor. This motor runs in 120 volts, but why you're getting 240 volts coming here? Because of the heating cycle. You see these wires on the end of the plug. 120 volts power goes from here, goes inside centrifugal switch, and then from there it comes out again here. And how the heating cycle works on a dryer is your dryer is getting 120 volts coming from the control board straight to the one side of the heater, and then the other side, the other line that comes on your heating element is coming from here. The power goes from here when the motor runs. When the motor runs, you get 120 volts coming here, and it goes into the centrifugal switch, and then it comes back again, and then from here it goes straight to the heater. So look at this. This is a LG motor. Our continuity plug is the pin is right here, the probe, and another one is right here. You see, it's not working. The moment you press the centrifugal switch, that this port on the motor, you get power. So you get continuity, and it's almost like 120 volts going from here coming out to other side. When this port goes this way, when the dryer
you can see the side of the motor. I made the pin 1 and pin 2 here. The moment you turn on the dryer, the power goes from pin 1 like that, and then there's these contacts, these two contacts, they get together, they get attached to each other, and then it sends power straight to pin 2. And I'll bring this closer. You see these contacts, over time they burn because they're turning on and off. There's 120 volts going through from this pin right here, and then from there it goes to pin 2, and that's why these contacts are burning over time, and it causes issue with the centrifugal switch, and that's why the dryer is not heating anymore after that.
When the dryer runs, it will make a click noise, and then the centrifugal switch is having continuity. We got a Frigidaire motor. What we did, we added a plug here. You see the black plug I was showing you? Where's the black plug? This plug I was showing you, right? We have another plug similar to this. We have added to the breaker, to the extension cord, and we run the two wires on it, and the two wires are coming here. One wire, this is the neutral, see in here, and then of course this is our main line coming here. So what we are doing here is, if we turn on this motor, of course if you plug it in, we have this off right now, but if you plug it in, the motor will run. But what I did was, when this motor runs, we get power from here, runs to the centrifugal switch, so the wire runs like this, and then gets out from here. And I made this igniter, pretend that this is your heating element, okay? I'm just gonna add this closer here. This is our heating element in the dryer, and when the motor comes on, there's always 120 volts coming here when the motor runs. When you start the dryer, 120 volt comes here, 120 volts comes here. And responsibility of this wire is to turn on the motor. Responsibility of this wire is to trip the centrifugal. This two wires does two things. It will turn on the motor. It will also trip the turn on the centrifugal switch. So the wires that goes from here goes into the centrifugal switch, and it only turns on the centrifugal switch if you run the motor. 120 volts coming here. I'm sorry, it's a little bit confusing, but I'll try my best to explain it to you. 120 comes here, and then once the motor comes on, it causes continuity between this wire and that wire. So what I did was I added this igniter on my ground wire. You can add it on a neutral wire too, it doesn't matter. I just add it on the ground. And then this other side, you see the other side of the igniter, this wire comes here, and then from here this wire is attached here. So the moment we run the motor, it will trip the centrifugal switch, and then this should come on. If the centrifugal switch is working, our heating element on the dryer will start working. So can you turn on the power, please? So the motor is running now. We are getting 120 volts. It's going from here all the way there, and see, the igniter is getting red hot. That means the heating element is working. We are gonna disconnect this from here and then run it straight to this motor. Push it. Okay. Okay, so it's making humming noise. When the motor makes humming noise, stop it. When the motor makes humming noise, it means the motor is seized, the windings are not good anymore. What you can do is, to help it work, when you turn it on, give it a little bit of help. You can give it a little bit of help with your hand, and then the motor will start working. If that's the case and it starts working, you still know that the motor is bad. So on this, we cannot use this plug because the motor is already bad. And now let's focus on the windings of the motor with resistance. So this motor, you can see, where's the meter? Take the meter, turn on the resistance, this one, resistance. And when you're checking between the pins where the neutral and positive wire goes, you should have 1.9 to up to 4 ohms reading. So can you get this? Get the reading between this pin and the pin where the neutral goes. Okay, hold it steady. 2.5. This is a good motor. Okay, and now you can always add this and see how it goes. Check between this one and that one. Yeah. What is it reading? Yeah, hold it there. See, it's not reading anything. We have a bad motor. Yeah. Try the Samsung. On the Samsung again, to explain it to you, we will be getting the reading between these two wires. You can stick it inside there. This is a good motor. We tested it already. That's good. And also, you can also check your centrifugal switch for continuity. I forgot to tell you this. What you can do is, again, you will be checking for continuity between this wire and these wires, which is the last two. The first one from the right, the first one from the left. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you see we do not have any continuity. You will only get continuity when the motor is running. So when the motor runs, it trips that centrifugal switch from there, and then you got continuity. It's good. And if you're using a meter with the beep, it's also easy because this tool, can you show me this tool? This tool we bought it. It's just a little small wire that lights up when you have continuity. You can also find one of these and buy it and check continuity. This is easier, but again, nowadays everyone is using a multimeter to get continuity. So first of all, you want to check your pins. You want to check your pins to ground or check it together, attach it together, and see if you have continuity. So it's good. Now let's get the continuity from the centrifugal switch area. This wire and that wire. I'll show you again. So can you put this like that, hold it? You see these wires, the first one from the right hand side, the first one from right hand side, the last one on the left hand side. So Sukdeep is trying to push it. Push that. See, we got continuity. It's beeping, and I'll show you with my hand here what's happening. When the motor comes on, it pushes it, makes noise. So if your heat is not working, it could be your motor being bad. Check your 120 volts coming in here, and also check it going out from here. So 120 volts going in here and then coming out from here. That tells you that if your centrifugal switch is okay or not. If you're not getting 120 volts coming here, that means you have a bad timer or you have a bad control board, right? I'll teach you one extra tip here. If you find out that your centrifugal switch is not working, it's bad, what you can do is you can actually open and clean the centrifugal switch and fix it that way. Do you have that bit, the drill bit? I can open this. I do not recommend cleaning the centrifugal switch because that's not a proper way to do it, but you can always get away with cleaning it. So for example, if the customer needs their dryer to be working while you're ordering part, what you can do is, it's a little bit extra waste of time, but at least the customer is not going to stay without the dryer if it's not heating and you cannot fix it. What you can do is open these screws. Is that T20? Okay, so that's T15. Okay, it looks like T15 Turks number 15 or 20. You see this completely came off. You need to use a plier or your nail, bend this. Pull it. Yeah, thank you. You open this lid or this. You see those contacts are burnt. That contact is already burnt in this motor. Eventually this motor is gonna die. And I'll show you. You see that contact right there, back one right here at the bottom, how nice and clean it looks. Look at the top one. The top one is black, and that's bad. Again, this motor is still working. I do not have any issues. If your centrifugal switch is not good, it has burnt contact. Again, you see, I was talking about these pins. I was talking about this, that the wire or 120 volts goes from here, gets attached here, and then comes out again, gets out from here. That's what I was trying to explain it to you. If the contact burns right here and here, then you will not have 120. Excuse me. If this contact is burned, you will not get power going through. You will not have any continuity between this pin and that pin when the dryer is running. So what you can do is use a sandpaper, clean this area, wipe it really good, back and forth, get rid of all of the burnt marks. You want to clean right inside here. You will clean the contact that runs from here and here. So your sandpaper will go right here, and then you go back and forth, clean it really good, and then you put your cover back. You see this bottom part, it goes straight down, and then you put this back again here, and of course you can add your screws back in. This side is good. This screw does not go now until you close this ground. It gets a little bit out of alignment, but it's okay. You can always fix this. It gets bented. Do not over torque this screw to damage this plastic, because this is a hard plastic, but just be careful. So this was all the video for today. I'm sorry a little bit of confusion was involved in my video here, but I hope I'll make a very good video in near future when my camera and everything is working. I make most of these videos on my iPhone 14. The quality of the video is not good, but I'm trying to help everyone. I'm saving a little bit of money for my new camera, and hopefully I'll get a nice camera in near future. Let's forget about all of those. Right now we were focusing on the motor and the dryer. If you're a technician and you're following my videos, please comment below if you have any advice for me, or if you have any different opinions and advices here, or if you're just following my video. I hope that you learned something from my video, and I will be happy to help other people over the internet. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. Don't forget to like my videos, share it with others. You can also follow me on Facebook. It's called Hamid Appliances Repair. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.